University College London Hospitals is a multi-award-winning foundation trust for its achievements in sustainability. With the support of their partner Interserve, the trust has innovated to change behaviours and introduced cutting-edge technology. The result is a more energy-efficient and improved environment for patients, staff and visitors alike.
Carbon management is really important to University College London Hospitals, as it is to all other NHS trusts. It's not a nice to do agenda item now. We're more and more being driven by legislation and we need to be compliant, and to do that we need to have a policy, procedure and an action plan, and that's why it's important to work with our PFI partner, or Interserve in this case.
We work together in partnership by holding workshops with specialists from within our own company, but also with people from the Trust who had a vested interest in making sure that the plan worked. And the first stage was to establish what was the status of the Trust at this point in time. Once we were able to establish the baseline, then we had several other workshops to both action plan what the next steps would be, which eventually, underpinned by our renewables programme, was developed into the Trust Carbon Management Plan.
The Energy Champions scheme, incorporating Mr Switch It, was introduced in 2009. It was introduced to raise awareness levels amongst staff and also to assist us with our 10-10 pledge, which is to reduce carbon emissions by 10% in 2010. We decided to employ Mr Switch It, a dedicated resource to mentor and support our 60 voluntary carbon champions. And this informal approach really works. In the first 6 months of the scheme, we reduced our electricity consumption by 4.2% in a climate of growth.
The low carbon food challenge that we've recently run has been a really good example of sustainability into action. It's been positively supported by all parties, and Interserve took an active role in that. The challenge itself was all about local sourcing, producing really tasty food in a very energy efficient way. So Interserve are really focused on that, and as a result we're now extending the low carbon food challenge out to patient food as well.
UCLH, along with 3 early implementer trusts, have started a neutral vendor project to reduce the number of vehicle activities and transactions. The neutral vendor acts as a single supplier, fulfilling demand from a central warehouse. They utilise return load concepts to collect from many suppliers, consolidate demand and then deliver on a just-in-time basis. Fewer trucks, vans and urgent couriers has got to make sense. Not only are we reducing congestion on London's busy roads, but saving carbon and improving air quality.
Carbon reduction measures could improve patient care dramatically, mainly because it will serve as a driver for change. And just in this field of outpatients, it is possible that with using the carbon agenda we could drive technology to be available so that we could have telephone-to-telephone consultations or face-to-face consultations using an online method, screen-to-screen. And that would save a huge amount of travel for the patient, which is one of the main costs of healthcare at present.
To date, the initiatives have impacted favourably on our carbon footprint at UCLH. We've seen reductions in energy, in both electricity and gas. We've seen a reduction in carbon. We've seen a slight reduction in cost. Some of the problems we've got, though, is we're a growing organisation, so we're almost running to catch up in some instances. So we've managed to reduce carbon and reduce energy, and also swallow some of the developments that are coming along as well.
The new cancer centre that is being built at the moment and that will be open in Q2 2012 is structurally going to be of a low carbon profile. More importantly, however, the way in which we work in that centre is going to be different. By having imaging and treatment and therapy rooms all in the same building, it means that we can do a lot to a patient in one visit.
Interserve's renewable approach came about as a consequence of customers coming to us, customers like UCLH, and requesting assistance in pulling together their carbon plans for the future. It's a very simple programme, and it helps us both to educate our own staff in how they can work with our customers, but also then it forms the bedrock really of how you can establish a carbon plan going forward, and that's exactly what UCLH did with our support.
It's been really good working with Interserve on this initiative, and we wouldn't be where we are at the moment if we hadn't developed this whole agenda in a partnership way. We've worked at a strategy level and at an operational level, so we've had the strategic thinking and the support from Interserve corporate, but also at the operational level we've had technicians working with us with some really practical examples.
We've been very fortunate and we've won several awards working in partnership with UCLH. This year we won the Camden Climate Change Alliance and we've been nominated for the Building Better Healthcare Awards. Last year and this year we've been awarded the London Green 500 Award. We also were winners with UCLH for the PFM Partners in Healthcare Award, and a very important one was the Human Capital Awards in 2009, which was specifically for the renewables programme.
In terms of the future in our carbon management plan, it's a 5-year plan and we're only in year 1 at the moment, so there are some invest to save initiatives and some really innovative ways of working that we want to put in place. There are technology issues that we want to address, but we also want to explore some of the transformational change issues, which is around working differently, and that's not just technical staff and estate staff, that's also clinical staff.